Hello lads, I'm your man Glide and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to cut right to the chase and get to talking about PharMercy. A much beloved combo for fan artists all over the world, PharMercy is a very strange piece of game design. Two heroes who are both empowered by having each other on the same team. Now this is a problem for several reasons. Now number one is obviously the most glaring flaw with this. If you have two heroes who both become stronger by having one another, it becomes impossible to balance them individually. As expected, in reflection of this, we've seen 10% pick rates for both Pharah and Mercy, but the two are never picked separately. Pharah provides an excellent escape for Mercy, as well as more survivability, and Mercy will help Pharah to stay alive with that extra 60 heals per second, which is near impossible to outdamage in this meta. Indeed, I believe that the only reason why Pharah is not currently dominating the top meta is due to D.Va, who is so incredibly effective at shutting down the duo single-handedly that it's very difficult to make an impact, and I say that as a Pharah main in Masters. Of course, in an ideal situation, these heroes should make the playstyle of Pharah and Mercy different, not better. But in reality that is near impossible to implement, and I don't blame Blizzard for getting it wrong in the slightest. What I do blame them for, however, is implementing this idea in the first place. One problem we have seen is that Blizzard have this bad habit of designing themselves into a corner. For example, Junkrat is incredibly low skill in his spamming through chokes with his mines that do a ridiculous amount of splash damage that just feed trash damage and build enemy ultimates, but there's no real way to buff him because his whole kit is built around spamming through chokes and being generally brainless. So now Junkrat is condemned to being trash forever because you can't fix Junkrat without changing his playstyle altogether. By that point, you might as well just make a new hero. And Pharah is the exact same. By the very nature of being a hero that flies in the air, that already means that every hero that relies on projectiles will be almost off the charts. While you can hit a Pharah with projectiles, it is much more difficult and not at all reliable, which is the important aspect. And PharMercy is problematic because it becomes just that. PharMercy is one unit. There's no Pharah and Mercy flying separately. There's only this one unkillable ball of death that rains hellfire upon you and the rest of your team. The second reason why I believe that Pharah is a problem for Overwatch's game design has to do with the skill required to play it. Being a Mercy in a PharMercy is incredibly easy. It is completely brainless. You sit up there, pressing shift occasionally, holding left click and space. It is a joke of an ability. That means that it takes all the skill away from playing Mercy, who is already a very easy and rewarding hero to play in the first place. And since most PharMercy players will be in a duo queue, it means that to climb, one of them only has to be significantly better than the other. So what you end up with is this sort of two-tier level in every matchmaking, where you've got the healers who are vastly less skilled than the Pharah, because healers are just so much easier to play and easier to get value out of. So in the end, you encourage this very toxic style of healer play, where you never leave your pocketed target for fear of certain death. And being able to brainlessly fly with a character like Pharah just compounds the issue. And anyway, the third problem that I have with PharMercy is how it manages to completely restrict the list of viable team compositions. Part of the reason that off-meta heroes have never really been able to make an entrance in the current dive is Pharah. She is untouchable for most heroes. If you are running a team composition that does not feature at least 2 counters for Pharah, guess what? The enemy team will pick Pharah and you will die. At the moment at least, we haven't really seen this problem come into its own because pretty much all team compositions will include Tracer, Zenyatta and D.Va, who between them can effectively shut down Pharah. I think once D.Va gets the nerf that she deserves though, we're gonna have some problems. What Pharah really needs is some way of making it so that off-meta projectile shotgun heroes can take shots at her. Ever, really. I don't mind if that comes at the cost of having increased survivability when she's in the air. But that has got to happen. The number of heroes that you can shoot Pharah with is so small, it is insane. And what she really does not need is somebody who can keep healing her up to full health despite the best efforts of 2 hit scans. Anyway, that's about all we got time for today. If you loved this video, please make sure to drop it a like. If you didn't, drop it a dislike. But if you really loved it, make sure to subscribe. Anyway, this has been me, and I'm out. Thanks, guys.